What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm coming to you from Cancun, Mexico. I'm dropping this video today to speak on my week last week. So this is basically what happened. Took a load to Florida, my usual Florida loads, and I basically, I told myself, because I have been off like 2 weeks. So I've been off 2 weeks, and I was just like, just chilling. And I had told myself going back out that I was just gonna, run legal and, just do the whole 9 yards. And, do the right thing this time, change up the way I do my logs and everything. Just be linked up to the truck. Just, follow the rules. So that was the goal. And I did that. We got to Florida. We chilled for the day. I put my driver in a room. I got my room, and, we just chilled out and relaxed. And Friday came. I had a reefer load that had to get picked up in Dundon, Florida. And picked it up, and we basically were headed on the way back. I was on US 98, which was like damn near the longest US highway in the world, it seemed like. And my co-driver, he had to pee, and I basically was ready to, to just get off this highway. So I made a right turn into like this little ass town. While I was sitting there, we're driving through this little town, and I saw the state trooper. He was behind like this local truck. So I figured, okay, either he's about to turn with the local truck, or he's gonna pull the local truck over. Next thing I know, he jumps out and pulls me over. Pulls me over for a level 3 inspection. Which still, I wasn't tripping. I was like, you know what? I've been linked to the truck. My logs are good. And everything on the truck is good. It just had a 90-day inspection, so I'm about to pass this with flying colors and, walk away with that clean inspection. So, make a long story short, cop comes through. He actually knew how to use Keep Trucking. He was like, oh, you guys use the Keep On Trucking, huh? Oh, I'm very familiar with that. He was like, let me go on and have it. So I handed him my phone. He took it, sent my logs to him. He took my permit book and was like, I'll be back. So I was like, cool, I'm sitting there in the truck, chit-chatting with my co-driver. And co-driver's like, I hope he doesn't check my logs. I'm like, what you mean by that? As soon as I said that, he comes back and he's like, there were some discrepancies in my logs, and he needs my co-driver's logs. And I'm like, what the heck? How is that possible? I've been linked to the truck. So I'm like, all right, we'll send him the logs. So my co-driver sent him his logs. Man, that's when all hell broke loose. So come to find out, my co-driver didn't do his logs for the whole time we left from Fontana to Florida. Didn't do his logs at all. I didn't know that because I usually do log checks on Sunday, Monday when I'm back home. And if there's any issues, my main driver, he, keeps me, he'll tell me right away, like, hey, this is going on, that's going on, and I'll fix it right away. So when he said that, my co-driver said that, I said, damn, we about to be up shit creek. So cop comes back, he looks at me, and he goes, I'm gonna put you out of service for log falsification, as in me. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, how you gonna put me out of service for a log falsification and I've been on e-logs? He's like, because your logs say that you went in the sleeper berth in Long Beach, Mississippi, and then you started doing a pre-trip this morning. Well, I went to sleeper berth on Wednesday in Long Beach, Mississippi, and I started doing a pre-trip Friday morning in Ocala, Florida. So he's like, how did you travel that distance? I said, because I have a co-driver. He's basically, he drove us in. And he's like, well, your co-driver's logs still say he's in Fontana, California. So there's a discrepancy there. And I was like, well, I shouldn't be put out of service for this. That ain't my fault. You know, my logs are clean per electronic login. I'm like, I'm not the one that needs this ticket. So he was like, well, since your co-driver's in the sleeper, I can't touch him. But since you're the driver, I can put you out of service. So then I'm just like, okay, that still doesn't make sense. And he's like, because if you go out there, you get into a wreck, and you kill somebody, they're going to look at your last 7 days or your last 30 days, and they're going to do an investigation, and they're going to wonder why I didn't put you out of service. Which I was like, okay, that still doesn't make sense, because like I told him, the last 2 weeks, I've been off. So, all right, whatever. So then they're going to see that. So then I'm sitting up there like, all right. And I wanted to say like, well, shouldn't you be putting him out of service because he's the one with the messed up logs? But, you know, it is what it is. I'm the owner, so I got to eat the L that was given to me. So then he was just like, and then also when he said that whole statement of, oh, what if this happened? Because then he was like, he's going to put me out of service, but he's going to let my co-driver still run. He can drive. And I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, well, if he gets into a wreck and kills somebody, they're going to look at his last 30 days and wonder how the hell he got to Ocala, Florida by himself. Just appeared. And it says that he was basically off duty this whole time. And then you magically appear in Ocala, Florida. Well, in the middle of nowhere, Florida. So I was like, all right, you know what, I ain't even gonna say nothing, it is what it is. Just give me the ticket so I can just handle this, because I'm getting ready to go on vacation anyway. So like I told him, just write me the ticket, I'll deal with it later. So that was that. You know, I ended up getting that ticket. Which there's more to this story, which there's gonna be another video about the breakdown that I had with my reefer, which that's gonna be in another video. But to continue this story, so I got put out of service that night. I basically chewed into my co-driver, telling him, look, do your logs. Like, are you serious right now? So then, what else happened? We ended up getting back into Cali. And that's when everything just hit the fan, for real, for real. So we go back there. We got pulled into Banning. And that's when all hell broke loose. Because we got pulled in there and we got a level 1 inspection, because my truck's never gotten a level 1. And it basically, they raped the truck. And once again, I told this man before we went in there, do your logs. He didn't do his logs then either. So when we got pulled in, he basically got another ticket for not having his logbook done. And that's when it was just all bad, because I'm sitting up there like, damn, this man, I just had told him before we switched out, do your logs. He didn't do his logs once again. He didn't listen once again. So then boom, got put out of service. Well, no, we got put out of service because the trailer tire had busted. And he got a ticket for the logbook. But the cop was kind of cool and was like, look, just do the logbook and we'll basically let you go. So he did that, and that was basically it. He ended up letting him go, and then we got to, you know, just do what we needed to do. But the moral to the story is, if you're going to be a driver, do your logs, because whatever you do, it's going to fall back on the company and on the owner. So let this be a lesson to anybody out there wondering about logs and everything and ELDs. Just do your logbook so you won't have no problems and no issues. And you can keep on trucking, you know? Because that could have been prevented if the driver wasn't being lazy. He's no longer with me. Yeah, he got his last check and that was it. I told him I'm done. That's one thing I've learned being an owner. I got to start having thicker skin when it comes to my drivers and having a zero tolerance for stuff. So from now on, you get any type of tickets, it's an automatic termination. You get 3 dirty inspections, you're terminated. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, drastic times, you got to make drastic measures. I don't care now if I got to sit that truck for weeks at a time, months at a time. I'd rather pay on it to have it sit than to continue getting violations for stupid driver mistakes. So yeah, but this your boy Ghost. I'm about to sign out, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.